Today is Saturday, June the 4th. I'm in my ham shack. My name is William Tarn. I live in San Angelo, Texas. This ham shack is the ham shack of my station, Alpha Echo 5 Alpha Whiskey AE5AW. This is my desk, computer, printer. That's my antenna tuner. And on top of the antenna tuner, there's a small gray box. The small gray box is the control for raising and lowering of the tower. That's my forward reflected power. There's the directional coupler right there that feeds from those two bird slugs, feeds the information to the watt meters that you just looked at. That was on the back side of the antenna tuner. There's my amplifier. Those three wolves represent the three tubes that are inside my amplifier. Right there. That's the instantaneous peak reading watt meter that tells me what kind of power I've got going either to the antenna when I'm barefoot or to the amplifier when I'm on the amplifier. That's a VHF UHF ICOM model R7000. Power supply right there supplies power to my 910 VHF UHF radio. Those two speaker boxes are hooked up to these two transceivers, both of which are right now in a standby mode. Let me punch them up. There. That's ICOM number 1. And the radio that I've been using, ICOM number 2. On top of that is my directional control, prop pitch motor control for the rotor motor on the tower. And this is the control for the stepper IR antenna, which is now set for the 40-meter band. Okay, that's the ham shack. There's the Morse code key. As you saw, the microphones. This is my work area over here, which is now kind of polluted with a computer. Work area. Making coax connectors, repairing things, taking things apart, putting things back together again. That mandrel set right there is used for expanding sleeves on coaxial connectors. Those are backup batteries that go in backup power supplies. And over here, the old Viking Ranger 2 tweaking tools, the old lollipop microphone, D104 static, and there's a DX60 Heath kit, spare soldering irons. Those are watt meters and in cases down there, and that completes the tour pretty much. Oh, that's my pet raccoon. I've told people about my pet raccoon. It's a good lap raccoon. He doesn't bite. It's very clean. He's house trained, very friendly. And this bell has been heard out over there before. It's a mission bell from the Mission Trail out in California. Pretty much it. This is the deed, the original indentureship of the Tarn family that came from England, and there's the deed to the property that was given as a result of the termination of the indenture, successful completion of the working requirements. That was the reward that was given. Okay. Enough ham shack. Outside, we'll show the antenna farm. This is the ladder line feed for, I can't see anything anymore, but I'm sure that's the ladder line that comes out of the antenna tuner that feeds the dipole antenna. When it's hooked up to those two insulators you see on the right, it's the dipole. When it's hooked up to the insulator on the left over here, it's the slope feed wire that goes up to the tower. In the foreground you'll see some white polyvinyl chloride pipe insulators that are on top of rebars. Those are the new loop antenna. There's 16 of these supports in a circle out here that go around and form the loop antenna. I'm going to step inside the loop, go over here to the feed point. The coax line comes up out of the ground, underground from the ham shack to here. It comes down here, goes to a ballon. This is a 3-to-1 ballon, and feeds the loop at the feed point. Loop is 4 foot up off the ground, and that gives me a good quiet receive signal, and that's the feed for the antenna. It's not impedance matched. If I want this loop to transmit on 80 meters as a one-wave loop, all I have to do is pull this 3-to-1 ballon out and put a 2-to-1 ballon in, and I've got a perfect impedance match on 80 meters for transmitting. But I don't use it for transmitting, I only use it for receiving. So as a result, we got the impedance mismatch in there to give a little extra signal on receive. The loop goes around a 255 foot circumference and 91 foot in diameter. The antenna tower is cranked up and is presently cranked up to 55 foot of tower. The stepper IR antenna up there is on top, is at 60 feet. Above that there's a log periodic beam, and right now we're pointed out towards Brady to the east. In the background you'll see some communications antennas on the property. The one on top of the roof of the house is for the wireless internet. Feeds the computer and the wireless hub inside the house. And then over here you'll see a cell phone tower, a commercial site that belongs to American Tower Corporation, and as on top of it AT&T antennas, and I use the AT&T wireless service on my cell phone, and for my internet, needless to say, I have excellent signal. In the distance, if you look carefully, you can see a bucket truck out there, blue and white truck. The next video I make will be from that bucket truck, and we'll do an aerial shot of the antenna farm and the farm itself. That's pretty much it for now. Have a nice weekend in Texas. AE5AW.